Okay, Evan, you've had 4 games now with the new setup. Is it easy to compare it with last year? Is it stronger perhaps in some areas?
I think it's a little early doors for that. I think, we're still all trying to get on the same page a little bit and buy into the system. I think it's a lot of new guys this year, so it's a lot of new faces, new tendencies for guys. So it's just one of those things where, the more games we play, the more comfortable we'll get. The systems will come a lot easier, and I think throughout the season, it'll gel a little bit stronger.
Where will you be in terms of fitness and understanding when you go to the ice against Cardiff on the Saturday, do you reckon?
For me, it's, I've trained all summer and had a late summer GB. I think I only took maybe a month off of hockey. That was the longest I could take. So I trained all summer, and I know all the guys were hungry to get out here. So, the 5 games we're playing obviously were to get ready for the season and to get as prepared as we can. So everybody's in good fitness, and, no one really came out of shape to camp. So it's just one of those things of buying into the system, getting the system, and then being able to apply it during the game. I think that's going to be the tendency that we need to do.
You must have kept a check on Cardiff Devils roster. Do you reckon they've upgraded or what?
They're always going to do the best they can all season, and in the off season they're going to upgrade and bring new guys in, and they're going to have a strong team like they do every year. And it's one of those teams where to win trophies you got to go through them, and it's just how it's going to be the whole season. It's been like that for 5-6 years now.
And Joey Moorton, often revered as perhaps the best player in the league. At 34, do you think he'll just be as hot?
I think so. I think, I played with Marty for 2 seasons, and he's a competitor, and he wants to win just as bad as anybody, and he's super skilled, and I think Cardiff is obviously his home, and he loves playing there, and he's had some pretty good seasons, so he's definitely one you got to watch out for during the season.
And Ben Bounds, you played in front of him and you played against him. What's it going to be like for him this season, you reckon, after his trip abroad?
Boundsy's the same way. Boundsy, always goes back to Cardiff, and that's where his house is, and he loves it there, and he plays really good there. So I don't really anticipate anything crazy happening with Boundsy. He's solid between the pipes, and it's a good netminder for him. So all we got to do is, get pucks to the net and try to make it as difficult as possible on him.
And the second game, of course, is Guildford away, where they've got Ben O'Connor. Is it good for British hockey to have him back again?
Obviously, he's a good defenseman, and to have him back in the league, he I think will fit in good in Guildford. He's a skilled player, and the system they play there is pretty much fits good for his game. So I think it's going to be a different Guildford team than we're used to with him back there.
What do you mean by that? You mean he'll be more offensive from the back end, or?
Like the Guildford. If you look at their track record, they've had pretty good offensive defensemen. They had guys last year that could jump up in the rush, and I think they're probably expecting the same from him. He's a pretty offensive defenseman. He can make plays and do stuff like that. So I think he'll complement that team really well.
So of the new crop that's come in, are there any real characters or weirdos in the 12 that you've got?
I wouldn't say any weirdos, but everybody's got a little bit of different personality, and obviously we saw it yesterday where Scotty just got on the guitar at the jersey launch and started ripping 3 or 4 songs out. I don't think anybody asked him to do it. I think he just did it on his own. So it's always good to get to know good guys, and we got a great group of guys in the locker room. So it's good to see their little weird kinks and tendencies to have a little bit of joke around with them.
Good stuff.